Welcome back Lancers. Today we are back again with another video, and today's video's topic is arrays. So what we will understand in these videos. In this video we will understand what is the basic concept of array. Also we will revise the basic variables and memory management in C language. After that we will also see different properties of array. Basically this is a theory video, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. So here we are back to our presentation, and first of all our first slide is all about what is array, or you can say array. So what is an array? Basically, on a very ground level, or you can say on a very basic level, array is used, or you can say it is a method to store multiple values in a one variable. We have seen in our previous examples that we can store a value in one variable that we have already declared, but in using arrays we can store multiple values in one variable. But when we go in deep into but if we talk about an array in depth, the definition of an array becomes something like this. An array is defined as the collection of, understand this one, an array is defined as a collection of similar type of data types, or you can say data items, stored at contiguous memory location. Now what do we mean from that? To understand these, let's first revise about variable and memory. So basically, what is variable and what is memory? So basically, variables are the blocks. Variables are the blocks in which we can store values. We can store any types of value. It can be integer type, it can be of character type, it can be of a string type. We can store any type of variables in a variable. So basic. And what is this memory? Memory is basically a place, or you can say the main base in which the variables are stored. So when we declared a variable, or when we declare a variable in our program, basically a block is formed in the memory. Let's say this is our memory, and this is the block that is formed when we have declared our variable. After declaration, we put, or you can say we store some values in that variable. Let's say for this time we have named our variable a, and also we have stored 2 in our variables. We have written something like this: a is equals to 2. So 2 is stored in this variable, or you can say in this block. Also there is one more term, that is the memory location. This is a random number, or you can say the number that locates the variable where the variable is stored in the memory. In the memory there are many variables, and each variables have a unique memory location. And let's say for for now our memory location is 1000. This is completely this is not the real value. It can be any number. It is a random number, and it differs from one variable to another. It cannot, two variables in the same system cannot have same memory location. So now this is what is all about variables and memory. We have first one is variable name, second one is variable value, or third one is variable memory location. So these three terms defines about variable and what is variable. Now let us move to what is an array. How can we define an array? How can we imagine array in our mind? So basically, let's say this is our memory block, or you can say this is our memory. When we define a variable, what happens? We get one variable. let's say this is variable and this one is an array. Now let's compare what is happening. Yeah, so you can see here this one is variable, and in an array, actually when we defined an array, there becomes a contiguous memory block. What do we mean by contiguous? Contiguous means continuous. You can see we have three blocks here which are connected to each other, which are just after one another. You can assume this just like a house in your neighbor, which is just one after another. This is what array is, a very basic concept of an array. In variable, we have three main parameters by which a variable is defined. First one is variable name. Let's say a. An array has a name. An array also has a name. Let's say for now our array name is ARR and our variable name is a. Now after that, what we have in our variable? In our variable we have values. Let's say 2. Same in the array, we have a set of values, that is multiple values can be stored in an array. You can let's say 1, 2 and 3. These all are values, and these all can be stored in the array at the same time. Also in variable we have another parameter, that is memory location. That let's say we have 1000 here. Memory location are also present in an array, but to simplify that we use index. What is this index? Index is basically what is the number of a house. Let's take an example of your neighbor. Let's say 3 houses are there, one after another. Let's say something like this: first house, second house and third house. There are 3 houses are there. If we start counting from here, the index of this one will be 0, 1 and 2. And after that, if some house is constructed, the index will become 3. This is what indexing is. In our array also we have indexing to simplify and to understand the array much more better way. Let's say in this array we have an index something like 0, 1 and 2. Now you can see, using these index, we can access each value, that is 1, 2 and 3. Let's change this value to 10, 20 and 30 to understand much more better way. If we want to access 20, let's say if we want to access 20, what we will do? We will just say to the compiler that we want array of 20 of one index, array of one index, that is 20. This is what array indexing means. Array indexing is basically numbering the array to access each variables, or you can say to access each value in our array. And what about memory location? We do have our memory location in variables. So do we have memory location in arrays? Yes, we do. Memory locations are also there in array. Memory location, let's say our first value, that is this one, have a memory location of 1000. Let's say 1002, because 1000 we have already taken here. So 1002. So what happens? In the next value, that is this one value, will take memory location of 1004. This is completely system dependent. We are taking as the size of an int is for this system, size of int is 2. That is why, as these values are 10, 20, that is integer type, we are increasing the memory location by 2. You can see 1002, and after that 1004, and after that what will happen? After that we will have 1006, and this will goes on like 1008, 1010 and goes on. We are increasing 2 because we have integer type of values. Let's say what if we have a character type of value? We know that character values take one memory location as their size. So what will happen to our memory location? So our memory location or the memory address will become something like this. Let's say our the first value, let's say the value we have becomes a, sorry, let's clear all this one. Yeah, now let's say we have an array. This time we have 4 memory blocks. We have index 0, 1, 2 and then 3. Also we have a name here, ARR. After that we also have values like A, B, C and D. What will happen if we ask the user to access ARR 3? The user can access this block, that is the D. So what is the memory locations here, or you can say memory address here? So the memory address goes on something like this. As let's say it start from 1000, and you can see that we have character types. That is, in character type we already know that the size of a character type variable is 1. So we will increase the memory location something like this: 1001, 1002 and 1003, and this goes on something like this. This will goes on. This is what an array is. Now let us revise the array and memories in a much more depth value. We will not see the we will not compare array with variable this time. We will just see our array, what is array and how do we explain array. Now let's say array is just a memory block, a contiguous memory block. We have an array something like this in our memory. Let's say we have 5 blocks this time. This is an array of 5 size. The size of an array, size of this array is 5. So, and also let us name this array as B. This is the name of this array. Also let's index it like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have indexed our array. Now let's give some values to them. Let's say 50, 60, 70, 80 and 90. Now what will happen if we ask the user to get the value of B of 2? So basically B of 2 means the user wants the value that is present in the second with the index 2 in the array, which is 70. Now so what we understand by an array? Basically array is in memory blocks. Array is in memory blocks, or you can say collection of memory blocks that are contiguous, that are continuous in nature, that are one after each other and are connected together and named one. You can assume this as we can take example of something like an main road. Let's say there is a main road here. We have 5 houses here. Let's say 3 houses for now, and we named 1, 2 and 3. Each house has some name, that is 1, 2 and 3. What if we want to see the complete road? We will say, and let's number this road as road number 12. What will happen? We will just say that road number 12 has some home. Also, if you want to access this home, then what we'll say? We will say the second number home in road number 12. That is what we are doing here. we are just asking, saying that the second number block, that is the index whose index is true in B array, that is the name of the array. This is what an array is. I hope the concept is clear now. If you are still confusing, if this still confuse you, don't be in panic. Just watch this video and also wait for our further videos to understand array in much more broader aspects and much more broader way. We will also explain different advantages and disadvantages. We will also program as many examples as we can, because array is very important in placement scenarios. Now let's wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Peace.